Hi, this is Joe with another video. For this video, I'm planning to, excuse me, I'm planning to do something else for this video, but for circumstances, maybe change my mind and do this video for my Big Six Towers, excuse me, for my Big Six Towers shareholders page. And for those of you who are my subscribers who don't live in Big Six Towers and you're in Queens, just follow me on YouTube. Please disregard this video and hopefully get back to doing my regular. My next video will be a regular movie review, I hope. So like I say, I'm addressing this video to my Big Six Tower shareholders Facebook page. So I'm doing this for you guys exclusively. The reason why I'm doing this video, I know I just did a video. Plane. The reason why I'm doing this video is because it was again, I'm doing another Howard Geary commentary here. Because for those who I know I didn't do the story, didn't tell the story before in the video before. What happened was I tried to get Howard Geary arrested for trespassing, basically. What happened is after the board election was over 6 months ago, Howard Geary and I, of course, both lost the election. And it's one particular day, it was like maybe about a month after the election was over, or after the results came in. Howard decided on his own to follow my sister and I into Building 3. And he had, unfortunately I don't have my key fob with me, but he has, the key fobs that we use to open up the locked doors that's in the lobbies for us to come into the buildings. The key fobs are supposed to only be programmed. The key fobs that we receive from management are supposed to only be programmed for the buildings that we have our apartments in. Like if somebody lives in, let's say, Building 7, the key only works for Building 7. Or the key fob you receive only works for Building 7. Or if you live in Building 2, the key only works in Building 2 and nowhere else, and so on. Well, Howard lives in Building 1, and he has been off the board, well, at this moment, he's been off the board for 6 months. And as far as I know, his key fob, on the incident I'm talking about, last November, I think it was last December, he followed my sister and I into the building. He went into his pants pocket, took out his key fob, his keychain with his key fob on, swiped the key fob, and he walked right in and followed my sister and I in, threatening the both of us, saying, "I want to get you, Joe." He says to me, "I want to get you, Joe. I'm going to keep following you," and all this stupid nonsense. And he was threatening to go after me, really, and to attack me and what else. So because of our past history, he keeps doing this nonsense with me for this has been going on for over 2 years, just over 2 years now. Ever since he decided to permanently, illegally ban me from going into the maintenance shop. Ever since then, he's been doing this type of nonsense. But now, that was the first time he physically followed my sister and I into the building. He's also he has also threatened. Excuse me, on my phone. He also threatened to follow my sister and I around all over the place, which he has been doing. He's been following me around. He hasn't been following my sister around because she's been working in New York Eye Hospital in Manhattan. So I'd like to see him follow her into Manhattan on the train, following her into the hospital. He hasn't done that yet. But what's to stop him from doing that? Nothing. And so when on the day that he followed my sister and I into Building 3, I immediately called up security, and I made a formal complaint against Howard, saying he has a key his key is programmed to open up the building here. And he says to me, "Well, Joe, he used to be a board member." Yeah, but even board members are not allowed to have the key programmed to go into every building. Somebody has to let them in, to come in. Because Howard is so special, he saved us all this money and all this crap, he's allowed to go into any building anytime he wants, which is, which is wrong for anybody. I don't care if they're a board member or not. It's wrong for somebody to they're not supposed to have that key programmed to go into every building, unless you have to be a member of the maintenance staff, public safety, management, UPS, or the United States Postal Service. They're the only ones who are supposed to have a key that opens up every building, except for maybe the New York State Police Department, maybe. Well, Howard is so special, even though he's no longer a member of any of those groups that I mentioned. He has a key that opens up every building in the co-op, which makes him a very, very dangerous person. So, I told the public safety officer who came up and made up the report, roll up the report. And he said to him, if I ever see Howard Geary in this building again, for any reason, I'm calling the police. I don't care. Because what's to stop him? Because of all this crap that's been going on between the two of us, between Howard and I, what's to stop Howard from coming into the building, using his key fob, that's been illegally programmed for an open up every building, come into building 3, come up in the elevator, come up to my apartment, break in, and attacking myself and my sister, and my father as well. What's to stop him from attacking us? And the answer to that is nothing. Because public safety is not doing a damn thing, because they're all in Howard. I have to say this, they're all in Howard's pocket. Same thing with management, they're all afraid of him. Same thing with management, they're all afraid of him. And of course, they made the police complain to the police. Of course, the cops are not going to do anything either, because Howard Geary used to be a cop. So, of course, being a former cop, he's got a little certain privileges than people who aren't police officers have. And that is, he can get away with all this crap. And that's basically what happened. And while I was arguing with Geary Newman, the public safety, I said to, when I made the complaint out against Howard originally, 5 months ago, that anytime he's in this building, I'm calling the cops on him. I said, Joe, you're taking the cops away from important work, because he was trying to talk me out of not making complaints on him. Okay, and he said to him, I don't care if Howard's in this building visiting the Pope. I want him the hell out of this building. He's not supposed to be in this building. He's supposed to be out of here. He's not supposed to be in this building, period. And because did I say when I make the complaint he's not supposed to be in here? And he says, yeah. And I said, right. Where the hell does he have a key to program to get into the building? I mean, how would he feel if I have a key that opens up building 1, and my key fob is programmed to go into building 1, I go in and attack him and attack his wife. How would he feel if he had that in the back of his mind, that my key could open up building 1 and go in and attack him? They could possibly go up to where his apartment is and attack him. How would you feel about that? What would you do to me if I have a key? They opens up all the buildings. You would take that key away from me, wouldn't you? Or reprogram that key? He says, yeah. Then how come his key is not reprogrammed? It's just like that. How come Howard Geary's key hasn't been confiscated and reprogrammed so it wouldn't open up in here, in this building, or any other building? And then Jerry had nothing to say about that. And he says, yeah, but Joe, you can't keep calling the cops on him. And he said, I don't care. I don't care if I have to call the cops 100 times. I want him out of this building. I want him out of here. He's not supposed to be in here. I want him out. He's not supposed to be in this building to begin with. He said, Joe, what if he's visiting somebody? So and then we're going round and round again. So, well, what if he's visiting somebody? I don't care if he's visiting the Pope. I want him to stay the hell out of this building. If he wants to visit somebody, let the person from this building go over and see him. Because he's not going to come in here. As long as I'm still breathing, he's not coming in here. And I said to Jay, I'm tired of you guys covering his ass, covering him up, covering him. I'm tired of you guys backing him up all the time. Why? Because everybody is scared as shit of Howard Geary. I don't know why. They're all scared of him. Management's scared of him. Public safety is scared of him. The rest of the board is scared of him. At least the majority of the board is scared of him. But I'm not scared of him. I'm not scared of him for a minute. And of course that's when Howard's other bosom buddy around here, current board president Kevin Doyle, and I'm naming names, I don't give a shit, came down, I don't know what the hell is going on, and he said, Jerry, here's the other cover up for Howard. And Howard said, and of course Kevin says, don't you put me in the conversation, Joe. I said, oh no, you've been covering his ass for 5 years. Who are you kidding? You've been covering his ass ever since Howard was first on the board of directors. You've been covering up for him. And ever since he banned me from the shop, took $4,000 out of Big Six funds to put that gate up, that illegal security gate up, that's not even on any mention in any board minutes, that stupid security gate, right? You allowed him to take $4,000 out and erect that gate, didn't you? And said, yeah, and that gate is only up there for one reason: to keep me out of the shop. That's it. It's not to keep out all shareholders out, it's just to keep me out. And they made such a stink of knowing that I made a stink over him, and my father made a stink over as well. That's why the gate went up. Make sure that I stay out of the shop. Period. And that's why the gate's there. That's why it's there, to keep me out. Even though I don't care if the board denies it, I don't care if Howard denies it, I don't care if Kevin denies it, I don't care if the board, the management denies it. I don't care. Because you all know why it's there for, was to keep me out of the maintenance shop. Period. Period. Alright? That game went up the same week I put my name in for the board election last year. The same week. So he says, and I said to Kevin, if he could ban, and that son of a bitch, if Howard Geary could ban me from the maintenance shop, I could ban him from this building. I could keep him out of this building. And he said, I don't care if I have to call the, and I said to Jerry, I don't care if I call the cops 100 times. He's staying out of this building. He says, I can't, because I know you're going to ask me about the restraining order, protection order, and stuff like that. I cannot, according to New York law, I can't get a restraining order on Howard Geary unless he's physically been arrested. So I have to try to convince the cops, the police, to arrest one of their own, so I can get a restraining order, or at least a protection order out on him. Until then, he can roam around here and to harass me, harass my family, threaten to attack me, and threaten to attack my sister. All he wants, without even having the fear of being arrested over his head. And you know, it's a shame. And of course, Kevin is trying to defend him. And Kevin Doyle says to me, I never said this to him. I never said this to Kevin at all. He says to me, he says, Joe, I consider you dead, Joe. That's Kevin Doyle. He considers me dead. Alright? Now, if Kevin was up running for board, the re-election for the board this year, which he can't, there are term limits, I will make that into a big, huge thing. Considering that I'm dead, because I do these videos, and I do the Facebook page, and I create and run the Facebook page and all this stuff. And he got mad at me that I'm naming names and all this type of thing. He made the same threat he made against me 6 months ago, which was, Joe, I want to name names too. Me, by that, I mean that 6 months ago when Doreen O'Leary wrote that post, saying about dishonest board, and Kevin Howard, and Edwin Bennett, the three of them, the three stooges, blamed me, saying that I wrote that post, which of course all you on the page know is not true, because Doreen O'Leary wrote that post. At that time, Kevin threatened to make up a notice disputing all this stuff, attacking me. And of course, we know that he, as far as I know, he never did it. If he did, he has to just have a distribution for all the buildings, all the apartments and stuff. And of course, Will would get back to me immediately, because at the time I was the candidate for the board, because this was in the in-between days, and I did a whole video on this. So check the video out if you have not, seen it. But for Kevin to consider me dead, it's it's really pathetic from him. And this guy has been a board president for 5 years, and he says this to another shareholder. I voted for that son of a bitch. And if I could take my vote, those votes back, I would. Because I don't consider Kevin Doyle to be even a human being. Because anybody who defends Howard Geary, in my opinion, is not a human being. Alright? Because I am that angry right now. My anger level is up here. Right now. Because how much of this crap I have to take from Howard? At least I'm glad that I have this forum to vent, to do these videos and do all this stuff. The reason why Kevin can't stop me, I'm sure that he tried to stop me from doing these videos, or to shut down this particular page. The reason why he hasn't been that successful is because at the last annual meeting that we had, the 2017 annual meeting, I personally spoke with our lawyer, Dean Roberts, and I asked him about the page. I told him I created this page in 2012. I created it, I run it. I want to know what you think about it. From a legal standpoint, I want your legal opinion on it. And he says, and I also told him that I was running for the board as well. So he says, as long as they don't post personal information about other shareholders on here, I don't see a problem with this page. Well, for this, it's an issue. I feel it was a public issue, and all shareholders should know about this. So what's going on? Because, like I said, if Howard could do this stuff, get away with all this crap with me, he's going to get away with it with everybody. And even though we're 6 months away from the, give or take a week, from the 2018 board election, and like I said in previous videos, I'm telling you right now, Howard Doyle is most likely running for the board of directors for this year. And I'm asking everybody right now not to vote for this guy because of stunts like this. Because he feels that he rules Big Six Towers. And he does control management. Even though he's no longer a board member, he still controls management. He still controls the board members who were on the board from last year to this year. I feel that way every time of my being. So his policies are still in effect. Even though we have 3 new board members who were just elected 6 months ago, his policies are still in effect for the most part. Stuff here, I'm telling you, if Howard Geary was on the board, all the construction work that's been going on with the hot water issues in Building 3 would not be repaired if Howard was still on the board. Just to stick it to me in some way. Because he is that demented that he would screw with every shareholder who lives in Building 3 to get even with me. Alright, I feel that way. I know you could say that it's all paranoia and conspiracy theories and all this crazy stuff, but I feel that the hot water issues, specifically in Building 3, will not be fixed or taken care of if Howard Geary was on the board. Because his building will be taking, because his building, Building 1, also had the same similar problem as Building 3 had. Now I think currently another building has the same problem now. I think it popped up on another building. I'm not sure which one. At this time, I'm not sure which one, but I think maybe Building 4 has that issue now. I'm not sure. Like I said, I'm not 100% sure. But you know, if Howard Geary was still on the board, his building would be taken care of first, and maybe just now our building might be taken care of. Maybe. Because they're the type of bitter piece of garbage Howard Geary is, and for him to ignore the warnings that I gave to public safety to stay out of this building and to stay away from me, he's still doing that stuff. He's still doing the intimidation and the bullying and the harassment that's going on. Well, today I reached my limit, and that's why I called the police, and that's why I'm doing this video, because I had enough of his crap. And I think it's about time that we as shareholders tell management, tell the board, and tell public safety that Howard Geary's key fob should be confiscated and reprogrammed so he will not be allowed to come into any other building but his own. And I urge everybody, if you see Howard, especially those those of you on the page who live in Building 3, if you see him in the building, immediately call the police. Don't even bother public safety, because public safety covers his ass. Right? They're not going to remove him. Even though they should remove him. He's not supposed to be people from other buildings should not even be hanging out in Building 3 or any other lobby, unless if you actually physically live in that building. That's one thing. But let's say if you live in Building 5, you're coming out and hanging around in Building 3 all day. There were a bunch of guys who from the 80s toward the practically all the 90s and until about like 12, 13 years ago. There used to be a bunch of guys just to hang out in Building 3, but most of them lived in Building 3. And then when they eventually started passing away, one by one, that's when it ended, when they were dying. I didn't want to wait another 30 or 40 years to Howard Geary dies for him to stop hanging around this building. I want the stuff to end now. And that's why I did what I did and called the police, and believe me, I would do it again. And I told Geary this, if I ever see him in the building, I'm calling the police. And he tries to talk me out of it. And he said, I said, Joe, what if the police will have to do another, upon call, there's a robbery or a shootout somewhere or a terrorist attack or whatever. And he said, well, man, I'm being attacked by Howard on a daily basis. Daily basis. And if not a weekly basis from this guy. Because he's constantly, this idiot is following me around, making sure I don't go into the maintenance shop, and he calls on public safety and has them stand guard all day long, or at least most of the day, at the maintenance shop, standing guard like this, watching me, making sure I don't go in. And if that's not harassment, right, all the way around, if that's not harassment, I don't know what it is. Believe me. And he even said to Kevin, not Kevin, to Jerry, I'm tired of you guys, of Howard, all of you guys, to go down in the shop and stand guard over there. Because you guys are embarrassing yourselves, making sure I don't go in. And he goes, well, Joe, you're not supposed to be in it. And I said, bullshit, we were allowed in. If we have something to do with maintenance, if we need a guy to come up, especially on weekends or holidays when the office is closed, we're allowed to go into the shop. Or, if you made a work order out and nobody comes up, we have a right to go into the shop and complain and say, hey, did you get the work order? Or the ex Woods or Tito or Kevin in maintenance. I want to make sure if they have the work order from the management office, because sometimes they don't send it out. Other times, every so often they don't send it out. So I go in there to make sure they have it. Now, because my priorities change now, and make sure they don't stay in it too long. Otherwise, Howard will come in, or all the public safety come and get me. Even though that Howard's no longer a board member, he still owes public safety what to do. And we as shareholders, we have to. And it's great that the majority of us who voted in the last election didn't vote for Howard. He got voted out, which is great. He should be voted out again this year, I hope. And God willing, he will. If he's smart, but he's not. I'm telling you now, he's probably going to be running again. And God willing, we should be united and vote him and keep him off the board of directors. We should keep him off. And he should be off. Because he's still controlling this. Howard Geary is still controlling this co-op. I'm telling you now. He still has a say-so on how the co-op is run. He does. Because the March minutes are not only up on the Big Six website, but it's also been copies have been provided in the mailrooms. So look in your mailrooms if you haven't bothered with it, to look at the minutes, get a copy for yourselves. Or if there's still copies left over, you can take a copy for yourself, or go into the management office and ask for a copy. If you don't have a printer, a computer and a printer to print out these board minutes, and they will provide you one. And Howard's on this Big Six community council thing that we have, and that's of course to make him look good. Or look at the job he's doing on here. Let's elect him. That's the reason why he's there, because in 6 months he's going to run for the board here. He is. Like I said, I haven't decided yet, and of course Kevin, I haven't decided. I'm not going to say a word if I'm going to be running for the board or not until we get the notices or the forms to fill out to run for the board. I'm not going to say a word to them, because I didn't want word getting back to Howard or Kevin Doyle. Because I didn't want the two of them to know what my intentions are going to be. And I think it's going to be at least 4 months from now when we get the forms to fill out. Because I'm telling you, at the end of August, we're probably going to get those forms to fill out for the board election. Because they want to give us enough time, plenty of time to fill out the forms and putting in the office. And I don't want give them any initiative for 6 months. That's why I'm not saying. That's why I'm not mentioning my decision now. I'm not going to say it, because I don't want them to know a damn thing about what's going on. I'm not going to go there. Excuse me. I've been speaking for almost a half an hour now, and yet, as you can tell, my voice is giving out because I'm talking about this situation for about almost a half hour now. And of course, Kevin, I should go back to Kevin Doyle for a minute. He's mad that I'm mentioning him on these videos and on YouTube and Facebook and all this stuff. At least I'm mentioning names and not covering up behind anything. When I do these videos or when I make posts on the Facebook page, I'm not hiding a thing. And the reason why, because Kevin considers me dead. Like I mentioned earlier, he considers me dead. And he said to him, well, I don't consider you to be a human being. Because if you were, you wouldn't be doing half the stuff that you've been doing. I mean, of course, defending Howard Geary all the time. Blindly defending him. Because I know at the Kennedy thing, at least the second one, I'm telling you that how Kevin was heavily promoting Howard Geary's candidacy for the board. Even though Howard was not even here for the two candidates nights, he was frankly for the whole month of October. He wasn't here. The only time that he was here in last October was during the week when we had the annual meeting. That's when he was here. The rest of the month of October, at least the majority of the month of October, until the last week when we had the annual meeting, Howard was not even here. He wasn't even home. He was out vacationing somewhere. Now, like I said at the time in the video, he could go on vacation whenever he wants. I mean, that's presenting him for going on vacation. But he picked a lousy time to go on vacation because he picked his time in October, and he decided to run for the board. And actually, of course, he set the vacations up months in advance. And if he was considering to run for the board, he shouldn't have picked October to go on vacation. I'm sorry, that's how I feel. Not just Howard, I don't mean to focus in on him, but I mean for everybody. Anybody who says, if you're considering to run for the board this year, do not make your vacations in October so that you can be here for the candidates nights. And that's what I mean. If you're considering running for the board this year, you don't make your plan. Let's say your vacation plan is like now in April for October. If you're considering running for the board, you don't do it. You keep your Octobers free. Like the actress Glenn Close used to do. She used to try to keep her Octobers free so you can see the Mets in the playoffs and possibly World Series. That's what Glenn Close does. The actress, for Fatal Attraction. She goes, I always try to keep my Octobers free. Because I don't want to miss anything. And that's what all of us should do. Not set up vacation in October in case you decide to run for the if you're considering to run for the board, don't go on vacation in October. Or don't schedule a vacation in October until the whole election process is finished. Because I think it's silly that Howard was not there, but Kevin was heavily promoting his candidacy to vote for him. Because he had public safety put a note on everybody's chair saying vote Geary. And promoting his candidacy. Now if Howard does that again this year, and like I said a couple of times already in this video, I feel like he's going to run in October. If he goes away again on vacation in October, it's really going to make him look like crap. If he goes 2 years in a row, puts his name in to run for the board and not be here for the candidates nights, it's going to look like, really make him look like the schmuck that he is and the piece of garbage that he is. And Kevin Doyle is even just as much a big piece of garbage as Howard Geary is, because how Kevin blindly defends this guy. Because when I first started complaining about Howard, when he illegally banned me from the shop, for going into the maintenance shop for any reason, Kevin actually, what authority does a board member have? And I got the letter that I read in the video. He said he does not have the authority to ban people. He does not have the authority to order management to ban me from the shop. And that's exactly what Howard Geary did. He ordered Parliament David Becker to write up a letter saying, if I'm ever in the shop again, I'll be arrested for trespassing. Well, now the tables are turned on him, and they said to Jerry Newman of security, if he can ban me from the shop and threaten me with arrest for trespassing, I can threaten him with trespassing too. What good turn deserves another. What's good for the goose is good for the gander. If he can ban me from the maintenance shop, I could ban him from this building. And as far as I'm concerned, he's banned from this building. And I don't, and like I said earlier, we're saying it now at the end of this video because it's 3-4 minutes long already. If I ever see that son of a bitch, Howard Geary, in this building, I'm going to have him arrested. And next time, I am not going to call public safety directly. I'm going to call first. I'm going to call 911 first. Period. Because I know the public safety covers up for Howard. And I'm tired of Howard Geary being protected. I know there was a certain somebody, I'm not going to say who, on this video, who once posted on Facebook that public safety protects me. Well, after listening to this video, watching this video, you know now that public safety does not protect me. It doesn't protect our interests as they should. Because they allow Howard Geary to come into the building anytime he wants. And to use his key fob, and not take away his key fob, which is programmed, and reiterated again, to open up every single building in the co-op. It means Howard could go in and out of any building he wants without, he doesn't care what the consequences are. He can go in and out of any building at will. And that is wrong. I know I've been speaking for a while. Thank you for watching. I want to thank everybody for watching this video. I can't talk anymore. I'm sorry, I just can't talk anymore. If any of you want to comment or elaborate as much as I could in this video, and because I wasn't gonna jump on Kevin Doyle in case he ever does anything. Well, like I say, he considers me dead, so if he's smart, he won't be watching his videos anymore either. I don't care if he considers me dead. He's not even a human being. Him and Howard are not human beings. And I'm going to give you the English translation of a curse that was written in Hebrew. I'm going to have the paper in front. I have it printed out. On a Jewish website, jtf.org. There's a Jewish task force. I asked them to write out this curse for me in Hebrew, and they did so, and I printed it out. But I don't have it directly in front of me, but I give you the English translation. May your name and this is for Howard Geary and for Kevin Doyle. May your names and memories be obliterated, and may the name of the wicked rot. For those of you who don't know, that's the strongest curse in Hebrew. Well, the Hebrew translation of the Jewish curse. It means if whatever souls they have, as if they even have a soul, won't go into the next plane when they pass on from this plane. That's what it means. So, may your name and memories be obliterated, and may the name of the wicked rot. For both you, Howard, and you, Kevin. Because to me, I can say you two guys dead. Alright? Thanks for watching this video. I know it's long. Catch you guys later sometime.